This is practice test for decimal numbers, and here we're working on problem number 8 and 9. Problem 8 asks us to multiply 21 and 5/10 times 25 hundredths. We want to set the problem up vertically, as I've shown, and whenever we're multiplying two decimal numbers, we ignore the decimal points until the end of the problem, and we treat these two numbers as if they were just whole numbers. So we're going to start with the lower right number here, the 5, and multiply times each number on the top. And 5 times the 5 gives me a 25. I carry the 2 over the next place value to the left. Put the 5 down here. 5 times 1 is 5 plus the 2 is 7. 5 times 2 is 10. And now I'm going to move over to the 2, and because I moved over one place here, I need to start one place over to the left down here. I need to fill in this. I'm going to fill this in with a 0. And I begin with 2 times 5 gives me 10. I carry the 1 and I put the 0 here. 2 times 1 is 2, plus the 1 that I carried is 3, and 2 times 2 is 4. I want to make sure that all of my columns are lined up neatly, and I begin adding on the far right. This column gives me 5. Here I have 7, 3, and 5 here. And now I want to put the decimal point back in, so I go up to the two factors that I've multiplied here, and I count the number of decimal places in each number. Here I have one decimal place, and so I'm going to have 1 here. Here I have 2 decimal places, so I have 2. I add these two together, I have 3, and that means I'm going to take my decimal point start on the far right, and I'm going to move 3 places to the left. 1, 2, 3. So the decimal point is going to fall between the 5 and the 3. And on the problem number 9, we are multiplying 25 and 5/10 times 100. And whenever I'm multiplying by a factor of 10, which is 10, 100, 1,000, so on, I'm going to move the decimal point to the right, the number of zeros that I have in the factor of 10. So that's what I've stated here. Move the decimal point to the right, the number of zeros. And I have 2 zeros in my factor of 10, so I'm going to move that decimal point 2 places to the right. And if I move it 2 places to the right, then I need to put an extra 0 on the right-hand side. The decimal point actually is right behind that 0. We don't put it there when we have no decimal part of the number. The decimal point started between the two 5s, and I moved it over 1, 2. So this is my final answer, 22,550.